My mom, she loves to cook. And I was like, hey mom, you want to cook for me today? She's like, yeah, very excited. So I went over and we're sitting there eating. And she said, so you're telling me about the stress? She was like, what is it exactly? She was just very, very concerned. I said, well, I have seizures. And, she was like, oh my goodness. And she's like, are you okay? What happens? I was diagnosed some time ago as a epileptic. This has been going on for a long time now. I'm walking and literally, I feel this weird feeling and it was just like, boom. Initially, I'm like, did someone slip something in my drink? I didn't know what it was. After it happened a couple more times, then I realized, like, wait a minute. Now I need to kind of figure out what's going on here. I went through this period where I was just having these migraines day after day, day after day. And that's when I realized, hey, I gotta change something. I felt like something's going on with my body that I have no control over. I saw 3 different neurologists because no one was telling me anything. No one was able to give me any definitive answers as to why this was happening to me. What you're telling me is no different than you've told your 12 other patients, but what you're telling me doesn't apply to me at all. How can I share what's going on with me with other people if I don't know what the cause of any of this is? Not having a tangible solution to what I was going through and not having any immediate answers, that made the situation scary. Looking through my cabinet for a new tube of toothpaste, I come across samples of various drugs that have pretty much been sitting in that same space since they were given to me, untouched. I guess I could throw them away, but keep them in there just in case I need to communicate what, have I been prescribed. I always have those as a point of reference. Before I was ever diagnosed, I would be given pamphlets, to read about different type of treatments that were available. One major concern of taking drugs, to treat the condition, some type of medications, people can't drive at all. They may not be able to drive after a certain time because of the side effects, because of light sensitivity or what have you. That was one reason that I was concerned about ever taking any type of medication, is because what limitations would it have on me that, would have a great effect on my life. And that's just the ability to drive. I hadn't read a lot about what does this condition look like for Black males my age. Initially, speaking with doctors, I've always been, very vocal and, knowing that most physicians are, hey, get them in, get them out, write them a script, send them on about the business. I've never been that kind of a patient at all. It's like, hey, talk to me, help me understand this. Okay, how common is this with African American men? I mean, other than high blood pressure or diabetes or HIV, you can find information readily available. But that wasn't something that I was finding. I found that people are as comfortable with you as you are with yourself. So people are going to treat you and the condition based on how you perceive it and your attitude about the condition that you have. I'm gonna have people asking me questions about my condition that no one has been able to answer. So, what do? I am grateful for being given the opportunity to share my experience so that young men who may be in their, late teens, early 20s and may have a similar introduction into the signs and symptoms as I did, hopefully they'll be able to see this and it'll make their journey a lot easier than mine was. If you run away from everything that's problematic, then are you really living? You can't control people, that's number one. I can't control people, but I can control this guy, this person.